Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. That's what we call overflow.
Oh my God. Too much head.
Oh, man.
Never had that problem before.
Damn. All right. Let's let that head taper.
Next coming
What
in
a
the
way.
course.
Just dump that pool in your hand back there.
I actually did it right for once this time.
Oh, man. Starting off strong. Sorry. All right.
Well, welcome to
Thanks, Christian.
the next episode of Designated Beer Drinkers. Tonight, we are drinking a Voodoo Ranger Juicy Haze IPA from New Belgium Brewing Company. Tonight, we have a special guest with us.
Jackson Steffen. That's a lot of head.
And not just Jackson Steffen, but
Second strongest man in
Oh.
Nebraska in the 220-pound weight class.
Wow.
Yes, I'm what you call a professional athlete. Yeah.
My man.
Strength.
What up,
endeavor.
are you a professional beer drinker?
We'll find out. So far, this one's tasting pretty tasty.
You're at least a designated one.
For tonight, yeah.
All right, well, I've got a little blurb to read. This is off of Full Pint Craft Beer News. New Belgium Brewing is kicking off the new year with a new addition to the Voodoo Ranger family, Juicy Haze IPA. This medium-bodied, unfiltered IPA is packed with tropical aromas and big citrus flavors from a delicious blend of Citra hops combined with Cascade, Centennial, Simcoe, and Nugget. And I think it is time to take our first actual sips here.
All right. Cheers, boys.
Yeah.
Boom.
Oh, yeah. That's pretty good.
There's also a strong one.
What's the percent on that?
7.5.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Get two of these in me. I'll tell you anything you want.
What's your deepest, darkest secret?
I'm only on us first sip, buddy. I told you the rules.
This guy doesn't even listen.
It tastes very light.
Yeah, definitely
Light.
nice and
Yeah.
nice and sweet and
Sweeter than most
Pleasant.
IPAs, yeah. Definitely have that fruity, I imagine a Juicy Haze is fruity, and that's definitely what this is. Yeah. Still pretty bitter, though. Especially that head. Try to get a little of that foam in there on the after. Ooh, yeah.
That tastes
You
definitely
getting any?
No, it's never.
You
It's
getting
like
any
my
of the
nose.
tropical aromas?
Oh, yeah, let's check
Oh,
it
yeah.
out.
I feel like I'm on a beach. Like
On a tropical island.
Let's go to the
On a
beach.
tropical island. Let's get away. Way.
I
I like it so far.
I feel like I don't remember what IPAs taste like, because I don't normally drink them.
pretty bitter. Pretty hoppy. I'm going to be right back. I'm going to rinse my hands off.
sounds good.
The tragic accident in the first 5 seconds of the show.
Yeah. Were you ever taught how to pour a beer, Christian, working in the food service industry?
Down the side.
Yeah. Good head. This is the best. You want a nice thick layer like that. Yeah, you got one going now. Set
Oh, yeah. I had it was half head when I started.
Now we're
Now
it's less
it's
head,
leveling
which is okay.
out. It's leveling out. I don't think it tastes like very much. I'm also recovering from being sick, so that might be why.
That's fair. Yeah.
well. Along with my second place finishing as Nebraska's strongest man under 220, I went to culinary school, so I'm going to give you a in-depth palate review real quick.
Okay.
Okay.
The culinarian.
Yeah, it doesn't really taste like much. So in depth. It tastes like a less harsh IPA with a slightly sweeter note to it, but it still has that bitter hoppiness that you would get in the head, like when you first sip or that last you can taste that. But
You ever had hop tea?
mm-mm.
That's pretty good. It's just very hoppy, white tea in a can.
What are hops?
They're like a plant. They come from a plant.
I don't know.
It's time for Dr. Google to explain this to us.
Hey, Jamie, pull that up.
Yeah, it's a plant.
Hops.
Hops are the flowers of the hop plant Humulus.
Planticus.
Oh, that god? My favorite Greek god.
Lupulus, a member of the
Cannabis? Oh,
Bacae family of flowering plants.
Yo.
They're used
Sully?
primarily as a bittering, flavoring, and stability agent in beer, to which, in addition to add bitterness, they impart floral, fruity, or citrus flavors and aromas.
So it's a plant. There was one time I was like BSing this guy at work, and he was asking me about like cola. And he's like, how do they flavor things like cola? And I was like, oh, well, cola is like a plant, and they just extract it from a plant. And he's like, no. And I was like, yeah, it only grows in Africa. And he's like, I'm looking this up, and there's literally a cola plant that only grows in Africa.
There is?
Yeah.
Were you BSing him, though?
I was. I didn't know.
Did you play it off? Like, yeah, I'm kind of a genius. Like, I just worked your part.
Oh, yeah, I didn't admit to it. I was like, yeah, man.
Write that out.
How it goes.
Man, that guy must think so highly of you now.
I know. He's like, wow. Don't ever question the managers.
Yeah, you gotta make up some crazy shit next.
Like, I convinced everyone at Defend Cheese that my first name wasn't Christian for like 6 months.
What were they calling you?
They kept calling me Christian. I was like, but Christian's my middle name. I go by Christian.
So what'd you tell him your first name was?
I was like, I'm not going to tell you guys. It's embarrassing.
Oh,
and they just
Jesus.
kept trying to like guess. They're like, just tell us what it starts with. I was like, starts with an L.
Leopold.
All right, Leroy.
Larissa.
Yeah, they just keep shouting out things. I'm like, nope.
You're never gonna guess it.
You're never going to guess it. And then months later, I told them the truth.
Were they happy about it?
I don't know.
Christian's
probably
not my
indifferent.
middle name. It's actually my last name.
What? Oh my god. Real quick, being a guest in your house, I thought I'd bring a gift since I haven't been here in a while.
Whoa.
I wanted to add something since this is like kind of the cast room. I wanted to add something to the room.
Get it?
Did you get a centerpiece?
Something like that. These are nunchucks I made in about 7th grade. I've had them for a really long time. They're legit. I've swung these at myself on accident before and hurt myself tremendously.
Nunchucks, bro.
But yeah, they're chained up. They won't break. They're legit lethal weapons. I thought they won't break.
You were saying
What? Oh my god!
really broke the first time.
Oh god, that was a little
Swing it
embarrassing.
once in a circle. It won't break.
And, alright, these are decorative nunchucks.
We can put them on the bottom stand next to the katana.
Yeah, that's what I was
Yeah.
thinking. A very Asian martial art weapon over
Yeah,
there.
that's sick, though.
Okay, I think I figured out what happened. When you twirl it, it unscrews these.
So
Alright,
you
yeah,
gotta put some
that's what
super
happened.
glue down in
I
there.
think I did when I made these. So
Gotta get some
you can
more.
put some more, yeah. But yeah, thought I'd add these sick ass nunchucks.
See if you can post them up on there.
Oh, God. Yeah.
I'm glad I wasn't swinging that at the TV.
I'm very glad that happened now. Yeah, not on TV. Good. So then like this.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. That works.
Got it balanced. All right. Nice.
Sick.
Yeah, I'll leave the sword there. I don't know if I'll put it on more. I'll put it back. Okay. You've got nimbler fingers than me. But yeah, I've been carrying those with me forever, and I
Staying strapped.
added to the cast. So yeah,
Fuck yeah.
Thank you.
absolutely. Don't twirl those.
Purely decorative.
Purely decorative. Unless you need to use them as a weapon, then they're pretty crazy.
Could you imagine if you broke into someone's house and they pulled out a set of nunchucks or like
What would you
a
do?
sword?
I would walk out.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Wrong house.
Pocket knife. I'm gonna leave.
I'm no match to this guy. He's clearly outpaced me in skill in every way imaginable. If his go-to is nunchucks,
And he has a katana in his living room.
this guy knows a thing or two because he's seen a thing or two.
Katanas would be... That'd be a scary
Whose
one.
motto is that?
It's like farmers insurance.
It's a farmer's card and full.
I'm glad you got that.
Yeah. But you could, I don't know, a sword's pretty good for home defense, I feel like. Better than like a baseball bat.
I
for,
mean,
like,
I'd say
same
gun over
versatility.
anything, but
Sure. But if you don't have a gun,
swords the next best
because then
thing.
you just,
Yeah.
they're so far away from you.
Exactly. Like
And you
kitchen
just-
knife, you still have to get kind of close. Sword, I can literally be like, move. Like, just...
You can stab
You
them,
can
you can
throw a
slash
knife.
them, you
Yeah.
can kebab them.
What if you throw the
Crazy.
You
knife?
can block bullets with it sometimes.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
If you train hard
My
enough.
dad's done that before.
Yeah.
Yeah, my dad's really strong.
He's blocked.
My dad can see it through the head. No, my dad's never blocked a bullet with a sword, to my knowledge.
Is he the first strongest man in Nebraska?
Yeah, he beat me in fucking pistols, Dad.
Gotta keep you in your place.
That's when I see him.
Never gonna beat that guy in an arm wrestle.
You know the rules. Dad always wins. You know it. I drank this one fast.
I gotta be honest, these ones are dangerous. Like, they're strong and so easy to drink. How many do you have? Just the 4?
We got 12.
Oh,
Because we usually have like 2 a person.
And
I'm
four
like,
times
6.
and 4 times 3 is.
you want to drink 3, Christian? Because I could totally slam another one.
Where did you get 4 times 3 from?
To make 12.
No, I understand, but they're coming back to 6.
But there's 12 altogether and there's 4 of
So
us.
4 sets of 3.
So we each get 3.
How many of those you had?
Usually we just have like 2.
Oh, yeah, I'm just saying though.
Okay, that makes sense.
He
I'm
knows
just
I'm a
saying.
raging alcoholic that I need to have my fix. He's just trying to help. Thank you, Christian. I appreciate
Okay.
that.
I won't drop any more math. Sorry.
That's to the...
Math was never my strong suit.
He's the only one that has a degree right now.
Yeah, I don't know. Who could it be?
I've got half a degree.
I've got
Actually,
3/4.
I've got like
You went to
3/4
college
of
like
a
3
degree.
times, dude. Why didn't you be quiet?
Yeah, I went to college like 3 or 4 times. Let me think.
Don't take too long.
Hold on.
Wait, you said no more math.
Oh yeah.
Brainiac over here can't handle. Oh, man. Ethan and I were working out the other day.
I think I went 4 times.
4 times.
To college, yeah.
That's a lot of times to go back to college.
There's a lot of
Uh,
You're just a smart Christian.
I can't get enough.
This guy's addicted to the grind.
That's what he does.
Well, I finished my first glass already.
Yeah, I got it.
And it's been like, what,
2 seconds?
10 minutes?
We're chilling at 13.
New record.
You want to grab another round?
Debatable.
New record.
Get
Clearly.
more cans out there.
Who wants another?
I do.
I'll take another.
Oh, yeah. Yes, sir.
So how's everyone's week been?
Great.
Anything crazy happening?
Thank you.
No,
Thank you.
Terribly crazy. Pretty average week. Just working and doing my thing. I did. Ethan asked me, he texted me, he's like, podcast tonight. And I was like, I thought about it for a minute. And then I called out of work. So they're getting their asses handed to them right now at venue. Christian can appreciate that.
They deserve it.
They deserve it. Fuck those guys.
If they're listening right now.
Still, you can suck my dick.
Yeah, if any of you guys are listening right now, Venue deserves it.
Yeah. Venue
You all
deserves
know it's the truth.
it. We know it's the truth. Innocent bystanders just have to listen to our misery.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Put that next to the mic. I think we got to pour every glass next to the mic. Well, not too close. You might drip again.
Yeah, don't spill.
This was a foamy one. Usually I don't get much of a head on mine, but I got a decent one this time.
Really? Ooh.
That was a good pour.
Oh.
Look at that. It's just coming up to meet the lip of the glass there.
Oh, man. For
That's
the
perfect.
people listening, to the tens of people listening, that was some fucking sick
To
head.
the ones of people.
Sorry for me to assume so much, but
How many? Can you see how many
Mhm.
people are like subscribed or how many people have listened so far? Actually,
Yeah.
Yeah, so at the time we're
breaking the
recording
fourth
here,
wall. Sorry, I just had to.
Can I jump into the metrics here?
Oh, here, let me get you a little clink before you sip that.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah, like Spotify doesn't even show me like the number of followers we have just on the page.
You know how they had that ad campaign for milk, and it was just got milk,
Yeah.
and they had like a milk mustache,
Uh-huh.
and it wasn't like any specific type of milk. It was just like general milk.
Yeah.
I feel like when you're sipping, like you get head on your beer, and it like gets on your lip. It makes me think about that. But what if they made one for beer? Just general beer.
Got beer?
Got beer. Or they posted it at like bars and stuff.
That milk shit. No.
Got beer.
Get the shit out of you.
Got head.
Get some head. That would be it.
So no head.
It's like a non-alcoholic beer.
Anyways, back to the...
Yeah, so at time of recording, we're sitting at 18 listeners.
Per podcast or like subscribers or
Or like total views for all of the shows.
Total listens.
total listen.
Yo, what's up?
Let's go.
John. Having a good day, man?
I'm gonna make us a Twitter and a Instagram.
Sweet.
Hell yeah. And I'm gonna make us a logo still. I'm still gonna do that. I was gonna do that Thursday, but I was sick. And so I didn't do anything on Thursday.
That's okay. I could do some crazy stunts with some kegs. I could throw some kegs in the air.
Did you do a
Maybe
cake stand?
Flip some nunchucks around.
Yeah, nunchuck? Not too much, though. Like one spin. That's
A decorative spin.
a cake press? Or cake, what,
Cake
cake
stand?
stand? Oh, I've never done that before. Have you?
Mm-mm.
I think I'd be scared to get punched. I think that's a very vulnerable
I
position
feel
to
like
be in.
it's an easy way to throw up. You're like upside down,
You ever
chugging beer.
beer and you threw up mid-chug? It's not the
I mean, like,
worst.
I shotgunned a beer, and like halfway through the beer, I'm like, oh god.
It like foams out of you.
Just like burp a bunch. Gotta finish. I don't know how people just slam them. It's like,
Yeah, I don't get that either. My stomach has to be in like a very primed position to be doing that. Otherwise, yeah, I'm throwing
Gotta
up.
warm up to it.
Yeah,
Do
something
some
like
practice
that.
sets.
Do some practice.
some warm-up sets.
I don't know. Gotta get it.
Chugging beer?
Ugh. What do you guys think about those fires in Maui?
Let them burn? No. That's crazy. Yeah. What did they say? Like almost 100 people dead?
Yeah, that whole area that you're gonna get so much head, bro.
I always get so much head, bro.
We've got too many head jokes.
My man.
Nah, it's a beer podcast. This is what you do.
Literally every podcast has a head joke.
Christian,
so
watch
far.
this. I'm gonna stop. Love that. Taper down for a second.
Nice.
Blue balled a little.
Dicks are so funny.
That place that we traveled to, the street, me, Zach, Ethan.
Oh fuck! You guys
That
were just in
whole place.
Hawaii, yeah.
Literally the
Front
the
street
street
lineup.
we were at, the street we got these tattoos at is gone. It burned out.
Yep.
That
Oh,
makes
it's
those
gone.
tattoos 1,000 times more special.
Right?
I mean, that's
Like that tattoo shop is gone.
That's amazing.
And the banyan tree.
Hope that squid
Is-
lady's good.
Yeah, Squid.
Yeah.
Yeah, Squid's
Yeah,
the one who
she's probably
tattooed us.
Squid was her name.
Yeah. Oh, what's her artist name?
Oh,
Hmm.
that's
Yeah,
a
the banyan tree you said.
It's all
It's
messed
one of like the
up.
biggest trees.
It's like a big.
Biggest banyan ones or whatever in the world.
Then there's people saying that there's like conspiracy theorists saying that, you know,
You should get a picture for the
The-
Twitter if you want. A good.
oh, look at that.
Sorry, that's brag. Continue.
Saying that the fires were like intentional because like none of the multi-million-dollar properties burned down, and like immediately after the fire, tons of people with money were like buying up property at like lower prices because it was like burned down.
Mm-hmm.
And then some basketball player, I forget who it was, but during one of his games, he had "Investigate Maui" written on the side of his head. What do you guys think about that? inside job or no?
Doubt it.
I don't know, man. There's too many conspiracy theories and shit like that to think about, in my opinion.
Yeah. I feel like sometimes with conspiracy theories, they start off, they like hook you. And you're like, oh my god, that makes sense. And then you get a little bit deeper into it, and you're like, I'm lost now.
That's
I
the
don't
thing.
know what's happening again?
Yeah.
And then you go back to what you originally like hooked you,
Mhm.
and you're like, this doesn't make any sense anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know why I thought this was true.
Or I think of one logical explanation, like, oh, rich people are smart, of course they're going to buy a plant.
Yeah, like the cure for cancer. Here's literally one fact to disprove that there's a cure for cancer.
Yeah.
Rich people die from cancer.
Yeah.
Disproven.
Yeah,
Steve Jobs died from cancer.
exactly. It's
You
like,
think he wasn't in the know,
Mhm.
in the Illuminati
right. I think, like,
or whatever?
when it comes to people like us, like, we're average citizens. Like, we're not multimillionaire in charge of anything special. And I think to stress about something as extreme as those are, like, I don't know.
And like, how do you even prove stuff like that? Other than like, I feel like it's almost like a Sudoku, where like you guess a number and you're like, well, this space is this number, then this space is this number,
Mhm.
which means this other one is this one, and boop 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 boop. But then eventually you get to a spot where you're like, oh, well, this doesn't work anymore because there's 2 7s in this box.
And then
I
you're
think you
like,
just don't know how to play Sudoku.
No, if you play the hard Sudokus, you have to like guess.
No.
Yeah, because there's not always an obvious answer.
Just because it's not an obvious answer doesn't mean there's not an answer, though.
it sounds a
There's
lot
still
like
a right answer.
the first time I
Yeah,
played
that's what I'm saying.
Minesweeper. and
You
was
get to a
told to play it.
point where it disproves
Yeah.
your original guess.
Okay,
And
yeah,
you're
and
like,
that's what you're saying.
that's
should
what I'm
happen
saying.
with conspiracy theories.
Yeah,
You get into it enough, you're like, okay, this doesn't make sense. Like flat Earth.
yeah.
Like, oh, well, it looks flat, but then you go up and you take a picture and you're like, shit, it's actually curved.
yeah.
One of my things I think of when I say that is also too like, what if the Earth was flat? I've been here for 21 years. Like, if it was flat? Like, yippee-doo, I've never noticed it. Like, I don't care. I don't know. Like,
Would it change my life?
exactly.
No.
Would it change just short little 70 years I'm on this Earth? I don't know, man. Who cares?
Okay.
That's my
What
thing.
if-
I know it's boring, but
What if the Earth went from being round as it is now and squished flat?
then that would be a problem. I would not appreciate
Then it would
that.
impact our
Yeah,
life.
then I'd care a little.
Would we all get squished in this process?
No, like the Earth.
Oh, okay. Sorry, you said that really funny.
Like, imagine it just, like, squishes down to, like, a pancake, like a cylinder.
What would how do you think that would
A
affect
pancake
our
or a cylinder?
I actually have an answer to this. So
Is
as
it-
you're like,
How will this affect
Okay.
LeBron?
Is this like a frisbee you're talking? Like if two frisbees were sandwiched together?
Like a pancake?
Yeah, like a thick pancake. Okay.
yeah,
I want to hear Zach.
yeah. So it's weird because the center of gravity would still be the same. So as you get slowly closer or like further and further away from the center of that side of the
Right.
pancake,
Mm-hmm.
you'd slowly start walking more and more uphill.
Yeah.
Would you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Is
yeah, you
more
would.
gravity or less gravity?
No, the gravity's the same. It's still at the same, like, central point, but it's like a disc.
Right.
And so more of the Earth is less, like, literally beneath you, but more, like, behind you as you walk further and further towards the edge of the disc.
Because spheres have that gravity is the same no matter what.
Yeah.
But if this gravity
Should
would
be-
change depending on where you'd be.
Yeah, like, if you're in, like, the center of the disc,
It'd be
on
the
top,
most normal. Or what?
you'd be like, the gravity would be like straight up and down like
Yeah.
this. But as you like move sideways with the Earth,
Because the
with
center
your
of mass
gravity-
will always be in
Oh,
the center.
yeah,
You're
yeah,
like
yeah.
shading off the sides basically.
I see.
Yeah. Or I guess you would squish it so it compacted. too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That'd be
so
fucking crazy, dude.
that'd be insane.
But how would that happen too? You think some hands would come down and a meteor? Yeah, 2 meteors would hit at the same time in this sandwich.
Yeah, they wouldn't destroy anything. It would just
No. Yeah, they're squishy.
They would just turn into a pancake.
Those shits are made of ice and dust. What?
Sometimes diamonds.
Bro, I scoop ice out.
I think I just missed something.
So
You know what the worst, like, scientific, like, in movies, when people are talking about, like, space travel and, like, wormholes and stuff, and, like, the worst explanation that they give, and it's, like, almost in all of them when they're describing, like, wormholes. Like, let me describe it to you. And they grab a piece of paper, and, like, this is our universe. This is us, where this QR code is. And this is 1 trillion light years away. But with a wormhole.
folds it in half and they come together.
Stab a pencil through it.
Or a toothpick in this case.
And it connects them. And
All
you're
right. I feel like I'm the odd one out because that's how I understand it.
And you're like, that doesn't make any sense.
You don't get it?
No, it's just folding it in half.
So the fourth dimension. Oh, okay, sweet.
Space
All right.
and time are the same thing. Bro.
Space and time are the same thing in the fourth dimension. Time exists on a plane, right? So say this is like 1900, this is 2000. Wormholes are the ability to grasp time and like play with it so you can bend it.
But wormholes are just like gravity, right? They're like black holes, kind of.
Now that part I don't know much about. That sounds Zach's way smarter than me. Yeah, he could probably describe it.
Yeah, Zach, give us
It's a spot scientist, doctor
give us like a
scientist.
PhD thesis on theoretical wormholes here.
What's your understanding?
My understanding is that they're just freaking portals.
They're magic, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're what you think magic would be.
Fuck yeah.
They're not black holes.
I got you.
That doesn't necessarily mean that they wouldn't have a lot of gravity like a black hole would.
Sorry, I think that was necessary.
And I might be getting this wrong. They might have zero gravity at all, but they do exist, and we've like found
Wormholes?
them. Yeah, we found them like
wormholes.
very, very small spaces, like between atoms.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Black holes for sure exist.
Yeah,
Are black
there's-
holes and wormholes separate?
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
black holes are just big gravity spheres, pretty much.
Gravity monsters.
They're infinitely like
dense.
Yeah,
Yeah, our models of physics break down with black holes.
yeah.
So we don't know what
We should
happens
invest
inside
in new
them.
physics. That'd be sick.
Oh yeah. Let's just do that real quick.
Yeah. Chop chop.
But yeah, there's a
Get to it.
every single galaxy in the universe revolves around a black hole.
Mm.
Oh, so in the center of our spiral galaxy,
The
Yeah.
Milky Way.
Cool.
Yeah, supermassive
Or the
black
Milky
hole.
Way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
that's
the
cool.
interesting thing is, it spirals around the center with the black hole, but the gravity of the black hole isn't strong enough to explain why the entire galaxy spirals around it. That's where the theory of dark matter comes in.
Say that again.
So there's the supermassive black hole in the center of the galaxy,
Right. Black
and
hole.
the galaxy spirals around the center,
Right.
seemingly because of the black hole.
So why does it spiral? Is what they're asking.
Yeah, but if you calculate like the pull of the gravity towards the black hole, it's not strong enough to explain why the galaxy as a whole spirals around it.
Maybe it's just like maybe the gravity of other objects affects only a certain spot, and the gravity of those objects is moving those. With that, no, I'm not going to act like I know what that is. Never mind. Too
I
many
don't
beers
know.
deep to be thinking about this.
I just know that it's linked to the theory of
One and a half.
that there's some like invisible type of matter or energy or something that is yet unexplained.
So here's a question.
Yeah.
So you know how, I mean, we all know how black holes form, right? Like,
we do? Oh,
sort of.
I didn't get
Yeah, let's hear a
Theoretically.
explanation of
Yeah,
how
this
they
is the
form.
layman's
Like,
term of
we
black
do.
holes.
Yeah, yeah.
We do.
Oh.
Suns get too big, or like they suck in like suns like supernova, right? And they either like cause like a white dwarf or red dwarf, or they can cause like a black hole because of just the amount of gravity that's getting pulled in.
Right.
They just collapse in on themselves, and then a black hole is formed. So what happens when a black hole, or can rather, a black hole get big enough to collapse in on itself like a sun? And what then?
Maybe that's
Or does it just get infinitely large?
It just continues to grow.
Yeah.
So
But why?
when a star goes supernova, it's when it's run out of enough matter in it to produce or to undergo fusion.
To like hold in the...
Yeah, so the gravity...
There's like outward force and inward force from the gravity.
Yeah,
Right.
so the very ginormous stars have a ton of gravity naturally.
Yeah.
But the process of fusion, creating all that heat and expansion or whatever,
Pushes.
has like an outward push effect against the gravity.
Yeah.
But when the star is old enough and doesn't have enough, fuel to continue that process, the star collapses in on itself because of the gravity of force overpowers that fusion, or the force caused by the fusion. And that's when the black hole forms. All of the matter collapses into a singularity at the center of a black hole or something, which is like an infinitely dense point, basically. And so if you add more matter to it, it just continues to grow.
But don't you think at the same... or like it's just like the center of another thing, just on a larger scale, like a galaxy. It's the center of a galaxy, the black hole, instead of the center of a sun. So do you think...
Where are you going with this?
Do you think at some point the galaxy, because like the universe is infinitely expanding, do you think at some point, once the black hole at the center or of a galaxy gets like big enough that outward force of the galaxy will be too weak to fight against it, and the galaxy itself will collapse?
No, because space is expanding faster and more strongly than, the pull of gravity towards the black hole.
You think so?
I mean, even if it did, even if somehow the black hole was strong enough to pull the entire galaxy around it into it, it would still just, become part of the black hole.
Right.
A galaxy isn't like a special entity. It's just like a huge cluster of stars and planets and etc.
Yeah, but if we're thinking like a step up from like a sun, center of a sun becomes a black hole. Center of a black hole becomes...
I bet eventually, a galaxy, if you get close enough to it, it will... we don't know what happens when you go inside a black hole, right?
Yeah.
It's just infinite void.
You get ripped
magic,
apart.
basically. Yeah.
You get ripped into a string of atoms, like a piece of spaghetti, pretty much, and you watch the entirety of the universe happen before your eyes as you die.
Yeah, exactly. And inanimate objects, I'm sure, are just flown into whatever.
That'd be a pretty sick way to die, honestly.
That would be.
Yeah.
No, it wouldn't.
I wonder if it'd be painful.
Well, yes.
Probably.
Yeah.
Well, I don't see how it couldn't be.
I think in space you
Depends
die
how fast
a
it
couple
happens,
seconds,
but,
right? Because you just
your body's getting stretched from, a body.
Basically, your nasal cavity just explodes as soon as you get out in space because you got all that sinus
what if you're in
pressure.
a spacesuit?
Well, I think it would crack a little and then you die instantly. That's bad.
Yeah.
You'd be all like, fuck, this was not worth it.
But to answer your question, no, that wouldn't happen with a black hole. Because the reason stars do it is because they have an outward force and an inward force. This is the outside of the star, or the surface, and this is the inside. They've got forces going both ways.
Yeah.
The black holes don't have the outward force, so they only have the inward force. So they wouldn't get so big that the outward force suddenly breaks at any point, because there isn't any.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they ingest more matter.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. Never mind. It's kind of cool to think about an object being infinite, though.
I was just about to say something about that. Infinite is so hard to imagine.
I got a good one. I like the idea of grasping infinite, because you can't grasp the idea of infinite, right?
Yeah.
It's like you can't grasp the idea of the odds winning the lottery. Someone described it to me as if you put a monkey on a typewriter that was just jumping up and down. Infinite means there is a chance, or eventually it'll happen that it will type out Shakespeare's work, all of it, exactly how which That one blows my mind. I think like to have.
You're like, no way.
You're like, it doesn't make any sense. Like you
You're
can
like,
get.
but infinite possibility. You're like,
Infinity is infinite.
infinity is everything.
So cool. It's kind of like that shitty movie you watch, Everything Everywhere All at Once.
I hated that movie.
I remember when you
sucked and made no sense.
You were so excited to see it, and you came back. I was like, "How was it?" And you're like, "It was weird." It's like, "Oh, you didn't like it? Okay."
Yeah, that movie was.
I put everything on a bagel.
Yeah, that was literally the climax of a show of the movie. I put everything on the bagel.
I didn't see it, and you just spoiled it for me, and I feel really mad. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I never watched it.
It wasn't.
So I need to see that still.
What's the climax?
No,
I will.
I put everything on a bagel.
It probably
And
makes
it
more
ends?
sense. You probably just didn't get it.
And then you're like, oh, what are you, everything?
Life's
And she's
common.
like, I put everything on a bagel. And it's like a bagel, like, computer, like, glitching and, like, black hole-esque.
That one, Best Picture, and like 70,000 other awards.
Sounds cool.
That movie sucked.
Parasite was good. That movie rocks. Have you seen Parasite?
I've seen the first season of the anime. No,
Shut up. God, not everything. God, I asked you.
and he gets, like, an eyeball on his hand. And he can,
Yeah,
like,
it's
turn
like an
into, like,
alien.
weird things.
Bro, I could talk to you about a new lawnmower, and you'd be like, "Oh, JoJo, there's an episode."
There actually is a lawnmower.
Yo, we were
That's
talking about
crazy.
paper. You guys remember that episode where he turns the paper over and there's a gun?
I can think of that clip because we would get I just watch those stupid clips. Oh my god. Yeah.
JoJo out of context.
JoJo out of
Oh.
context might be the funniest YouTube video out there. That's such a funny compilation. Yeah.
JoJo's so good.
Yeah. That show is pretty good.
Yeah.
Anime rules. It's just funny to shit on it.
Yeah.
You guys think aliens exist?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was just talking about that at my other
Okay.
job at the University of
They
Nebraska.
definitely do.
It's impossible they don't. Just like I said, like, isn't the universe infinite?
Alright, you ready for this? Aliens, like we just said, they exist. They've got stations in the ocean that they produce artificial life. And that's what pilots... Sometimes they used to pilot their ships that like fly over the earth and scan.
This goes back to
What's
flat
the
Earth.
artificial
But
life?
now, the aliens. Like the aliens are artificially produced.
What are they?
Like the aliens we know of? As in, like, what do you mean they're artificially produced?
Like they're designed life.
By...
Some sort of alien intelligence.
okay. So
Maybe
it's
an
just
actual
aliens.
sentient one, maybe an artificial intelligence.
But they scan Earth.
Yeah, they sit around here. I don't know what they do.
Not to be Mr. Boring again,
But
but it goes back to
start
flat Earth.
podcasts.
Start pot. If they are doing that,
They are.
I haven't noticed. They are, yeah? Have you seen them?
Totally. No.
Oh.
I've seen videos.
You see videos? You're not smoking DMT in that chair, just looking at the sky like, oh my god, they're out
Okay,
there.
Joe Rogan.
Oh, fuck, a cloud.
You guys ever do a sauna?
I cold tub every morning, 10 minutes, sometimes 11.
This is healthy.
Oh, I could never do that, dude. That sounds horrible. I don't get how people like sit in ice baths and they're like, "This is good."
I did that for a while. Remember I used to come to venue with my ice buckets?
Yeah, you would take so much ice home.
I would. I'd bring 5-gallon buckets to venue, empty ones, and chuck them full of ice,
Oh my
and just load it up in my car and take ice baths when I got home. Shit works, man. When you're in Nebraska, second
What
strongest
does
man,
it do for you?
Under 220.
Makes you cold.
Basically, yeah, makes you go full Teenus mode in the old Teenus. No, it just helps a lot with muscle soreness and like bruising. Towards competitions, intensity goes up, so weights get higher, and then icing it just helps blood flow, helps aid in like
AIDS.
I don't know. It basically it seriously
Good
just
AIDS.
aids. Yeah, it just
All right.
yeah, it just helps
You
your
want to
body.
know
It feels
something
good.
interesting? Are you familiar with the recovery tactic RICE? Rest, ice, compression.
Press and elevate. Yeah,
Yep.
It's no bueno.
Yeah,
I didn't know about that,
The
yeah.
dude who made that in like the 70s
Fuck
retracted
that.
that in like the early 2000s or something.
Right? Yeah, it was like the food pyramid. They were like, fuck, that's not the right way to do that. Same thing with that. And it definitely isn't, no. Yeah. If you ever get like a twisted ankle or a minor like internal injury, it's best to,
Movement.
Yeah, movement. As long as it's not like if you get shot or anything, you shouldn't.
Yeah,
like
you're
organ
gonna go to
injuries.
hospital if you get shot.
But yeah,
Or for like rehabilitation.
it's best to keep it all moving as much as possible.
Or like
Oh, the brothers are plotting against us.
big card table.
What are these two brothers? It's just two
dedicated
brothers.
Sitting there, one's drinking a beer.
There's the moon is
One
cracked into
big
beer.
face, the other one's plotting an evil plan behind the computer.
The one is chased.
Oh, Zach Christian, hello.
Yeah. This is a really good beer.
What's it?
So maybe up there.
What?
We're just talking about like
We were talking about you. Did you hear us?
upgrading. I heard you talking about other things.
What you?
Like upgrading the podcast setup.
Oh yeah. All right. Yeah. Break the fourth
Like-
wall. Let's talk about this. I'll help Lynn.
Because we're just in the living room. And I feel like it's kind of like we're on the couches, you know, and
It's
we're
comfy.
it's comfy, but we're not all facing each other. And I feel like we could put up some like soundproofing somewhere, or like have some sort of situation where we're all facing each other. I was trying to think of like places we could do it here. And originally I thought my room, but then I got a bigger bed, and now I don't have as much room in my.
Oh, you got a bigger bed. You gotta show me that later.
It's so big.
Oh, bro.
It's so big. And I was like, okay, maybe up there, because we don't really do D&D up there anymore.
Yeah, we usually do it down here.
So, like, we could put up some of those foam things on the wall.
We could do that down here too.
We can move this couch
Like
like
got plenty of
for
space
podcast
on the wall
temporarily.
behind the couch there.
Yeah. I don't know. Just thinking, I guess, about, like, how to get better audio, have better, like,
We got to figure out that other mic too
So-
that we got.
yeah, we do need to do that.
Yeah, so I think the issue with that, backstory on this for any listeners, we're trying to upgrade our little audio setup here. So we got a second like condenser microphone, but we decided that those need to be right next to your mouth in order to work properly. So I think we'll need
Four
mics.
mics.
We could all like.
These are only, like, $80 if you
I was
get them
gonna
on
say
sale.
like pitch in, or we could all buy a mic. Like I would love to have my own mic and bring it here, or leave it here to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Each have our individual ones.
Yeah, and then we need to buy a box. Well, these ones, the Yetis, are only USB. So we need to buy mics that have the...
MIDI or something.
Do you have a
Or not
USB-C
MIDI.
port
Not
on
MIDI.
your laptop, Zach?
Oh, what?
Do you have a USB-C port on your laptop? Because we could potentially just buy like a dock that lets you plug in, a bunch of USB ports, but also like keep charging your laptop at the same time. Like that's what I'd have
So,
for work.
yeah,
Is it XLR?
that sounds right, yeah.
Actually, I've got my dock here. Like we could try that sometime.
That's
Just, like,
true.
Plug that in. See if it works for your laptop.
Yeah, otherwise, I have one saved that it's kind of expensive, but it's cheaper than a lot of other ones. It's like $150. But it'd be like a professional audio interface. The one I have right now only has 2 ports, and this one would have 4, so...
Yeah, we would need like a box to plug in all the mics to, and then that box would plug into the computer.
Yeah.
To like separate each voice.
We can keep upgrading every pod. Let's make that our goal every week. I'll make it my goal to be here every week.
Oh yeah?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah. I would love.
Okay.
I love. This is my favorite.
This
I
is
love
fun,
just chilling and
It'd be great to have you.
Chilling
Yeah.
like a villain.
chilling like a villain, bro. Chilling. Yeah, that'd be fun. Let's try to make it our goal to improve every podcast. Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Tastes
That'll be cool.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, a little fourth wall breaking.
Yeah, we set up those foam things that you had at the old place all in your room.
Now those are just under my bed right now.
Those are legit. I love having those on the walls. Even just like in regular housing, it's like, oh, it sounds so nice in here.
Yeah.
I can line them up on the back wall up there, and
It might be nicer up there just because it's like a smaller area to like soundproof, quote unquote.
Sure. Or sound quality.
Sound quality.
Yeah.
You know, because this is the living room is bigger. Like we got tall ceilings, and,
Love
like
me a
lots
tall
of
ceiling.
walls
They
that
got
our
tall
voices are going to bounce off of.
That's like 3 of me at least.
Yeah. It's a good
I'd say like
reference
3.5.
think?
How
I'm
tall-
pretty
you're
tall.
6?
Maybe at the top of it.
6'2". 6'2", everyone.
Really?
Yeah.
You and Ethan stand up.
I'm
Ethan's the
6'2".
tallest guy I know. Except for your dad. I think Ethan's taller.
How tall are you?
I'm like 6'2" or 6'3".
It's 6'2" on my driver's license.
I think
Ethan,
Ethan,
it's
you
also
gotta be
6'2" on mine.
yeah.
I think you got to be 6'3", Ethan.
I was doing this one there now.
Going to tiptoes for the driver's license photo.
No, even doctors, they were like, yep, 6'2". So that's what I've always gone with. Yeah, maybe at my peak I was 6'2". All them deadlifts, that 6'15" deadlifts have really...
6'15".
Oh,
6'15".
That's a big number right
You should have
there.
done 6'2" deadlifts.
What?
Yeah, 62 pounds, bro. Then
Another
do 62
round?
reps.
Another round. Of course, another round. Yes.
Another round.
Third
Oh,
beer.
man.
Yeah.
Kinda feeling it.
I'm trying to
Who
get...
says, say
Okay.
aye.
I'm gonna say aye. We bought
that's
2
4
boxes.
beers.
Okay.
That's 3 for everyone.
Hell yeah. It's a beer podcast. You might as well get a little...
Grab my water.
Well, boys.
Oh man, round
to
3.
that.
I haven't hit round 3 yet, but I'm close.
No worries.
Oh my goodness.
I was so right blowing off work.
It was a good call.
Mm,
You work every day?
Pretty much. I'm gonna keep that
Got
there.
beer?
I'm gonna keep that there. No, it's a Godhead.
Got the beer stash.
I was actually, side note, I was actually thinking about that. Like, I was like, I'm gonna grow my mustache out and then trim everything else except the mustache and might rock that for a minute.
A little flavor saver?
A little flavor saver. Oh, yeah, alright, that's official. That's gonna happen. Fuck yeah. Flavor saver. Oh, man.
That's funny.
That is funny. Thank you, Christian. I look even more gay than I did at Pride.
Yeah, if you're listening to this podcast and you're not 2 beers deep, what are you even doing right now?
Yeah. Your drive on the way to work needs to be spiced up. Crack open those road beers and get to go. Yeah, I'm just a guest. Probably will only be a guest.
Been pretty fun tonight, though.
Hell yeah, man. Love me some Voodoo Rangers.
I've never
It's,
had a Voodoo Ranger.
Me neither. I haven't had this kind, but this one's way
This one
easier
slaps.
to drink than the
This
other
one goes down so easy.
If you
Yeah.
want to try one, that's actually, I was going to say one that goes down less easy. Try the yellow cans, but don't do that, dude.
Just get these.
Yeah.
You want to try a grosser one?
Juicy Haze IPA, bro. That's where it's at.
Those ones get you fucked up pretty quick, too.
Oh, yeah.
I have one I'm going to nominate for next time because I
Oh.
actually tried it this week. And
Okay.
It's freaking delicious.
Do tell.
It's Kincaid Brewing Company.
Oh, those guys are the best, yes.
Yeah. It's their vanilla cream ale.
Oh,
It tastes
Ooh.
like cream soda beer.
we got it, yeah. That one's, we'll have that one next time. I work downtown. I'll go pick some up when I go there.
Wonderful.
That one's so good.
Amazing.
Sick. Yeah. I had a vanilla one time. That was like a vanilla bean, like ice cream one.
Yeah, I've had that.
In the first one, the first beer was like, damn, this
God
This-
damn!
this slaps. You know?
This is a Christian
And
Oh.
focused podcast.
Sorry. I won't use the Lord's name in vain.
yeah, we're not.
Fucking shit, dude. That's crazy.
And the first beer, I was like, man, this is so good. And then the second one, I was like, bleh. This is gross.
We should try that one on the podcast.
I tried
No.
I've got the number one grossest beer.
Oh, uh-oh.
But Zach's talking first.
that. Oh, I tried that It was vanilla bean blonde, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had that one before.
Yeah, I
That was
tried
good.
that one for the first time when we were at a sushi place. And immediately I was like, oh my god, this is maybe the worst beer I've ever had.
Mm.
Yeah, I thought
We
it
should
tasted
try
really
it.
good the first few sips. So like, ice cream, and then
Ice cream.
yeah. And then later I was like, oh god, this beer sucks. This beer is so
Yeah.
gross.
Yeah.
Hey, you got to get people at venue to start listening.
To the cast?
Yeah,
Sure.
Yeah.
Put a
especially
podcast
this
on
one
the
where we
venue.
shit on venue and stuff.
Yeah, alright.
Check out
I'll get it
episode
all out
6 of
Silva
Designated
sucked my
Beer
dick.
Drinkers.
Corey, you're the worst chef I've ever met. Ben, you were so cool. Outlasted. Oh, man. I'll never forget you, Ben. You're a cool dude. Jordan. Yeah.
Moving on.
Yeah. Nah, you're a cool dude, Jordan. Yeah. That's all the gripes I have, really. The girls, if you're listening to this, you're not, because you don't speak this language. You guys are cool, thanks.
The
Yeah.
girl switched to something else after minute 2.
What would you say your overall experience at venue was, Christian? Oh, okay. Here, for the listeners, venue is a, what would you call it? Upscale restaurant.
Glorified Misties.
Yeah, but for international listeners, like, how would you? Muglibu. No.
What
was
imagine-
that? International. They don't speak
Imagine-
English.
You speak international.
I speak Korean. Yeah, that was Korean.
Imagine a local. Imagine a local like name brand
like Denny's.
steakhouse.
To the average viewer, they didn't work in the back of house. They would call it upper class, like, or elevated service. In my opinion,
The
like,
guests,
yes.
like I feel like venue carried like the name venue carried like a weight.
It was like a
'Cause, like-
business meeting or like a wedding or, you know, take my girlfriend out to a nice place to impress her.
Prom.
Prom. Yeah. Stuff like that.
Yeah, like
That kind of restaurant.
fancy.
Yeah.
Like people go there because they're like, oh, we're gonna go to a nice place.
But behind
We're
the
gonna go to
scenes,
venue.
bro,
Behind the
roses.
scenes, oh my god!
I have a picture on my phone of the temperature of the walk-in.
Oh
You
god!
want to guess what it's at? So keep
50.
in mind the temperature danger zone for food products is
42.
41. Anything above 41 degrees
41. Okay.
is considered a like outstanding like citation
Health
to the food.
violation.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And I pull up in there on work, and this dial sitting at 53 degrees, 52 degrees
God.
at work there.
That
I checked
walk-in
some
was-
of the salsas. They were fermenting. Like, yeah. I'll
That
just-
walk-in was
don't
a
go to venue.
disaster.
Was.
Is a disaster.
You know whose fucking fault it is?
But you asked me what my thoughts were on that.
Yes, of course. Okay, before I, yeah.
The first 6 months I was there, I thought were fantastic, eye-opening. We had like a really great crew.
We had awesome
and
chefs.
really awesome chefs.
Spilker was there. He was
we
the
had,
best.
We had skilled people.
Spencer was awesome. Yeah.
And
DJ was
it
good.
really like opened my eyes to like what cooking is and what cooking can be and like how much I didn't know and how much I could learn.
Mhm.
And we had like regular meetings with like the cooks and the managers. Like, you guys are doing great. Like, this is what we're gonna do in the future. Like, keep it up. Do this, do that. You guys are awesome. And I was like, this place is sick. Like, I love venue.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna learn so much here. I could see myself here for a long time. And then the last 6 months.
That's perfect.
Oh my god! Remember how stressed you would
Amazing
be? We
sound
would
effects.
just yeah. That was exactly what happened.
It was
It just went downhill, and
Yeah.
it was let happen by everyone around us. Christian and I, we tried so hard, dude.
me and you with like
We bust our asses every day,
Yeah.
and we made it awesome. Brock was there; he was awesome to tag along with and be around.
yeah.
Silva sucks.
We need to hang out with
Or-
Brock again.
Yeah, we do.
Is he still in town?
He invited me to do a D&D thing.
Yeah.
He's running a campaign.
He's going to try to start one on Fridays, he said.
Okay, good for
Yeah,
Brock.
I told him
Like DM?
maybe. Yeah, he's DMing.
Okay.
I think he told me like months ago that he wanted to do one in the universe of the game that he's been making.
Okay.
Oh, that's so cool.
And he showed me some like 3D prints that he did and stuff. I was
Have
like,
you
that's
seen his game before? It's
Yeah.
so cool.
it's so
His
cool.
game?
He's
wrote
like
a
literally
campaign.
It's like
he's
video
doing
game.
game programming in Unity, and it looks so cool.
Brock.
Yeah,
Brock.
and
He learned it all on his own.
I told
Respect.
him. I told him
Holy
maybe.
crap.
I told him maybe for me. I really, really wanted playing Brock's thing because I'm sure he would do incredible.
We gotta have
with
Brock on
DMing.
the cast.
Yeah, we do.
We should.
Yeah,
What are we
would be
doing?
Brock would be a fucking sick person to have cast.
Next
Yeah.
podcast.
Next
We're inviting
podcast.
Brock.
I'll try to get a microphone by then.
We got to get
Sorry.
minimum 4 microphones, maybe 5. If we
hold on. We at least need to-
eventually,
we at least need to figure out the 2 we have.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
like, if we
2
have 4,
stand up ones.
so we can have 2 people share one, 2 people share another.
Yeah,
Yeah, we'll get it eventually.
we'll figure that out.
All
We'll
the
go from
time,
there.
gentlemen.
We'll invite Brock regardless. Next one.
Yeah, Brock's fucking sick.
Okay.
What a
I'll
guy.
invite him right now. I'll text him right now.
Do it. Brock is so cool.
I also had
cool
my
cat.
friend.
He's got great taste in
You remember?
TV and music and stuff too.
Do you guys remember
Extremely
Kara?
He's like a
in
music
depth.
producer too. Like
Yeah,
oh
he
my
does like
God.
DJ and shit
So
too.
cool.
Yeah,
Game programming,
Yeah.
music
She
producing.
learned about it not through me,
Such
but
a
like through
goofball,
somebody.
He is.
And she's like, "Bro, you have a podcast? Get me on there."
Wait, what was it? Who is this?
You remember Kara?
Yeah.
She came over with Tony a few times.
I still looking up.
I haven't seen her in months, honestly. We don't work together anymore. But she texted me and she's like, "You have to invite me on your podcast." So I was like, "Okay."
Fuck yeah, Kira.
But yeah, Kara's pretty cool. I've known her for a while. But yeah, I'll invite Brock right now.
Blue. Speaking of venue, I think I'm definitely going to quit here very soon. Like, legitimately.
Really?
Thank the Lord, yeah. I've, working at UNL. I'm there almost full-time, because I'm technically not allowed to be there full-time, because I'm an on-call worker. But I've talked to the managers and everyone there about it, and they're like, yeah, just hold out for position. Something will open up eventually. So until then, I'll just be working there like 30 hours a week.
Nice.
But it's been enough to where I can stop working at venue. So thank the Lord. I hate being there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whew. Unrelated, but that powerlifting gym was really cool.
Thanks, man. Yeah. One Up Gym, Nebraska. It's the best. They're it's definitely fun to let loose in the gym a little, because I feel like a lot of, YMCA, commercial gyms are very, you gotta be quiet while you live. No. I want to yell. I want to be angry. Yeah. It's the best.
I want to put my own music on the fucking speakers.
I want to use chalk.
And I want to
yell.
scream.
I want to
How
get
many
excited.
episodes do we have released?
This will be 6.
Released?
We have like 2.
Well, yeah, we have
released
2
right now.
released so far.
And then we'll have another one tonight. Speaking of which, when do you guys want to have episode releases? Because we've been doing Saturday nights, but we could switch it to like Thursday or Fridays. So like, if someone's coming home from their last day of work of the week, we could have it on like Thursday night. So then
Yeah, serenade their the end of the
just
work
have
week.
it just have it ready to go for them,
Oh,
and
yeah.
come home, sit down, have a beer, turn on the podcast.
Listen to some bros talk about some brews. Hell yeah. I like
Thursday
that.
or Friday nights at like 5.
What takes, like, what all do you do for that? For uploading? Like, do you edit anything?
Yeah,
Or is it...
so I do all the audio editing.
Okay.
I do like noise cancellation as well as, like background noise cancellation. So
Sure.
if there's like vents going or something, it doesn't come through on the microphone.
Hmm.
And then I also do like silence reduction. So if there's just moments where no one's talking, just cut it out. And then balancing. So if we're sitting close to the microphone like this, or sitting further back, It'll all sound the same.
You do all that?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Awesome.
Yeah,
Zach. Thank you.
Zach does all of the audio stuff.
Cool.
I'm trying to take it upon myself to do the social media aspect.
Oh, I feel like I should contribute somehow. If there's anything I can do, just let me know. I'd love to be part of this.
Do you want to be every week here?
Yeah, I do. This is my favorite. I love sitting down and talking.
Okay.
Awesome.
You gonna call in every week to venue?
Well, I'll quit there soon. I think I'm going to start getting a day job then. Like to offset the hours, but yeah.
Bro, work at Jimmy John's.
Maybe.
Deliver mornings, you'll make like $70 every day in tips.
That'd be dope. $70 cash is dope.
$70
Cash is my favorite.
Cash.
I think
Plus your hour. Plus like 10 or 11 an hour.
And mileage pay.
70s, like probably including mileage.
Okay.
Say again? 70s? What?
Probably including mileage and tips.
Whatever.
I think Tuesday I made like $100
I've been applying
on
to
like Tuesday.
That's crazy. That'd be so nice to have $100 cash every day. Every day.
Every day you work.
Yeah. Interesting. I'll keep that in mind for sure. I've been applying at different butcher shops because that's kind of been what I wanted to do.
Oh, that'd be so cool.
Yeah, right.
I keep seeing stuff online about how you can save a bunch of money by like cutting up your own meats, like if you buy like loins or whatever.
Or your chicken. I used to cut up whole chickens and do that.
Yeah, I'm like, wow.
I could show you how to do that and save you
I
a
would
ton
love to
of
do
money.
that.
Fuck yeah.
I just went to that Fairway meat market and bought a bunch of meat.
Yeah, you should go to that. Fuck yeah.
I gotta show you this knife that Timber got me.
Oh, she got you a knife?
She got me a
Yeah.
knife.
What a doll.
Like a week or two after we started dating.
Yeah, bring it out.
Yeah, bring it out, bring it out, bring it out.
Right now?
Yeah, bring out lethal
Get
weapons.
it.
I got the nunchucks. You can
It's-
use this knife.
It's nothing crazy, but it's pretty nice.
No,
Like,
I want to see what your cute little girlfriend bought you. Man, it's been a while since I've drank. This is fucking awesome.
It's been a while since I felt anything from drinking.
True. Usually when I drink, it's
I
like
usually,
a light beer, and then I'm like, oh, I feel kind of buzzed.
Yeah.
It's,
I had like 2 like shots last night at a bar, and it was fun, but I didn't really feel much from it. But tonight, this is hitting.
These IPAs are no joke. All right.
yeah, she got this for me. And
Knife review.
I
Pull
was
it
just
out.
so happy that, like,
It's very,
you know, she was thoughtful.
very
special.
The black.
Because I talked about cooking and, like,
The
liking
black
knives and,
Mhm.
like,
And she just got it for you?
yeah, she's got it for me. I was
What?
like, oh my
Does she have
gosh,
any single
that's
friends,
so
dude?
kind. She does.
Yeah? All right. Oh, this is sick. Holy crap! This is a nice ass knife, dude.
Yeah.
Wow.
I literally mentioned it like once or twice that I wanted a 6-inch like Japanese style knife. And then like a week later she's like, I got you a knife.
This is
And I was like, oh my god.
Timber. This is a great gift. You're
She's
a
a
great
G,
gift
bro.
getter. Yeah, this is legit. This is cool. Yeah. Damn.
Yeah. I haven't sharpened it since I got it, but it's still
I
like
could use a bit of sharpening. I can feel it. It's
Yeah.
still like nice and factory edge, but I mean, you could get after it.
it still like cuts pretty good.
Yeah.
But at some point I'm gonna sharpen like all the knives that I have with like my whetstone.
You still have your Meeson? Oh, there it is.
Yeah, I have my Meeson. Meeson.
Meeson. Oh, very, very special.
I'm still so happy about that knife block you got me.
The birthday knife block?
I think, yeah, Christian and Caleb got me a Henkel's
Yeah.
knife block, which is like an affordable but still like technically pretty good.
Is it the one that's sitting right there right now?
Yeah,
Yeah. I checked that one out. Those ones are fucking sick knives to have a knife block in.
yeah.
Yeah, black block.
Especially
Dope.
13 Bs, like
Yeah. Knives are
that's-
nice to have.
those are nice knives.
It really like once you get a nice knife, you really stop thinking of it as like
Oh, sorry. This is funny. What are you getting at?
you stop thinking of it as like, oh, I'm just gonna chop some shit. Like, let me grab a knife.
Oh,
but
okay.
like more of like a
I didn't think that's
like
where
a
you go with
tool or like a utility. Like
Mhm.
you're like, okay, this is actually like working for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Mhm.
I think the idea of it, how versatile it is, like I'm cutting all this stuff with it. That's pretty special.
And like you don't really have to do any like pressure with your like as long as it's sharp, you just like as long as you like do the right movements, I guess. I don't know how else to describe it. Like it just works for you. It's just like effortless and you're like
Oh, yeah.
Coming from a sous chef as well, the knife is such like it's like an image to yourself as a chef. Like, you know, you present yourself in your chef coat, and what you have is your whites and who you are, and then like your knife bag. Like that's something everyone looks at when you unveil it and roll it out. Everyone's like, wow, what kind of knife do you got?
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's like, what do you work with?
It's kind of crazy how important that is, like knife bags to a chef.
And all the chefs at Venue had their like
They're known roles, yeah.
their own like knives,
Yeah.
their personal knives at Venue.
Because that's what chefs do. Chefs. I'm so sick of this whole not putting chefs in charge in the kitchen kind of motto they have. Yeah.
So if any knife companies want to sponsor us,
Meeson.
Yeah, Meeson.
Are
one of your knives.
I mean, yeah, I'm talk about you guys all day.
I love my Meeson knife.
Meesons are the best.
They're
I
so
went
good.
to a girl's house and she had a Meeson, and I was like, "What? How do you know this?" She was like, "Adam Ragusia," and I was like,
No way.
"Ragusia?"
she's the one.
Yeah. No, she was really into. She had vines and the tapestry. I was like, "Oh."
She's not the one.
Tapestry?
Green flags, got a lot of
No.
red flags. What's your star sign?
So, astrology.
Oh God. Yeah.
Courtney was really into astrology for a little bit.
And she wised up.
Well, so like it was like a common interest between her and her boss at one of her old jobs.
Yeah.
So like she got a book from the girl and she was looking into it, and she doesn't like, she's not one of those people who like swears by it or anything. She just thinks it's interesting.
I can get behind that to a certain degree. Like when people start telling me like my own personality before they know me, I'm like, that's kind of cool. And then I'm like, how generic is that? Nah, never mind. It's stupid as shit.
Exactly.
Yeah. Me and DJ used to joke a lot when we lived together about Mercury, like when our TV wouldn't work, or like the PlayStation wouldn't, or like Bluetooth wouldn't like connect to something. We'd be like, oh, Mercury's in retrograde.
That's a great inside joke to have.
And then we'd like look it up, and like, is Mercury in retrograde? And be like, Mercury's in retrograde from the 13th through the 17th. And you're like, it's gotta be.
Oh my God. All right, order me like a dozen crystals. Whatever.
It's just not gonna work for the next week.
That's awesome. I gotta start saying that. That's hilarious.
Mercury's in retrograde.
Fuck yeah. That's funny. I'm gonna tell Ben I worked that. Did you ever meet Ben?
Mm-hmm.
You know him? Oh, okay.
I've met him once or twice.
Oh, okay. He would have been a great addition to when you originally started.
Yeah.
Like, he would have fit really well with that crew. But now he's, like, my only, thing I'm hanging on to there.
What were your original... Because you trained me when I first started. What were your initial...
Trained you at Venue, right?
Yeah, at Venue. What were your initial thoughts when I first joined Venue of me?
I thought, like, oh, sick. We have a decently capable person that knows how to make pizzas. Because of your, 9 years prior Da Vinci work?
Yeah.
Da Vinci's a local pizza branch in Lincoln, Nebraska. I was thinking, like, oh, sick. He knows how to make pizzas. We finally have someone that, first of all, speaks English.
Yeah.
Speaks English, knows what they're doing, seems legit. And then as soon as I started talking to you, I was like, oh, we're going to start a beer podcast in about 3 years. Or 2 years, 1 year. Jeez.
2
years? 2-ish years? I'm 3 beers deep. I'm thinking it's like
I
2
started
years.
at Venue December 4th.
Yeah, a day after my birthday.
2021.
2021. Yeah.
And I quit January 23.
Yep. So I've known you coming up 2 years, which is crazy because I feel like you're my older brother. Yeah, that's wild.
I remember I have like a distinct memory of you when I first started, and
Interesting. I don't think I've heard this before.
it was like one of the first times, like, because when we first started, like, I was mostly handling like crab rangoon dips and spin dips,
Yeah, just pizza and shit.
and you were like doing the pizzas and
Oh
stuff.
my god!
And I was like,
Fuck, yeah,
and I
that's
was
really
like, okay, I'll just do the sides and he'll do pizzas. Like, that's fine, I
dynamic
guess.
duo, right?
Yeah, and then I was doing pizzas one night, and I looked at you, and like I noticed like you were just rolling them out and stuff, and I looked over, I was like, "Is it okay if we like, can we like toss them? Like, is that fine?" And you're like, "You can toss them." Yeah.
I can, in fact.
Yeah. And you're like, well, if you could do it, like, go ahead. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
And so I started throwing them in the air. And I remember you went to, like, Andy and, like, Spencer, I think. And you're like, this guy's throwing pizzas in the air.
Good lord. I used to be such a kid. Jesus Christ. True. Yeah, I think if I saw you throw pizza in the kitchen right now, I'd probably be like,
Oh my god, this guy's slinging
oh my god! I'm posting this on my Snapchat story.
This guy can sling dough.
I probably was, because I remember being in culinary school at that time and being like, fuck, I don't know how to throw dough. Like a real Italian boy.
Yeah.
And then you were doing it. So
Yeah.
I was probably super... I bet I told Spencer and Andy, and they were probably the same reaction. I'm like, what the fuck? Who cares, dude? Like, but, yeah, I was probably impressed, because being in school, I wanted to know everything.
Yeah, I just remember, like, Venue Pizza Station being, like, way slower than Da Vinci's pizzas, because they were a pizza place, you know?
Right.
They
Well, we
only
get
did-
slammed, like, right when the rush starts, and then it's nothing afterwards, which is awesome.
Yeah, slammed.
Well, we make, like, 20 pizzas. And
Yeah.
you're like, oh my god.
20 pizzas would be a
I'm
big
sweating,
night.
bro. It's
Yeah,
always
and I
so
remember,
hot.
like, when I first started, and, like, this is, like, in no way, like, an offense or anything, but it's just a personal, like, when I
As
first
a
started.
9-year experience.
It's 9-year experience at a pizza place.
Mm-hmm.
I would see you making pizzas, and like I could see you were kind of like getting pissed off a little bit, and like just being angry. And I like ask you a question.
God damn it.
And, like, I'd just be thinking to myself, like, bro, we're not doing anything. Like, it's not
Yeah.
that busy. But like, you know, that's just me. Like, from like making 100+ pizzas a night to
Right.
20 pizzas a night.
And when it comes to like my brain, at the time I was very much like, you know, everything needs to be great, and I need
Yeah.
to make everything awesome. And I'm pissed that I have 3 things to make at once because I
Yeah.
can't make them great. My mind says significantly changed to like, just put it out. I don't give a fuck. Just get it
Yeah.
out of here.
Yeah. And like there was a couple times where I really wanted, it was like right when I was brand new, where I really wanted to be like, hey man, like, do you want me to take over? But like I didn't feel like that was, you know, as the new guy, you know, that you were training.
Bro, I just turned 20. I was freshly
Yeah.
a teenager.
Yeah,
I would have been like, oh yeah, for sure, man. Like, whatever you want, bro.
We need you to separate the Colby and the Jack cheese.
We need you to mop the walk-in freezer real quick. It's kind of getting gross.
But anyways,
Anyways, you want to finish this last sip together?
yeah. Everyone on their last sips here? Is everyone finished?
Oh,
I just finished mine a little bit ago.
Okay. Jackson and I will finish here.
All right.
Hell yeah.
3 IPAs. What percentage was this?
7.5.
7.5%.
It was good.
So my blood alcohol would be 22.5%.
I don't think your math is right on that one.
No.
He's
I'm
quick
pretty-
at math.
I'm pretty good at
I'm good at
So I think that brings us to the finale here.
Yeah,
Review time.
Who wants to start us off?
I'll kick it off.
Seriously, Zach.
Do it, Zach.
Yeah, so I think this was honestly a really good beer. I enjoyed drinking this thoroughly. Gosh. I've been debating because I don't know if I want to give it an A, but I also had 3, and we're at an hour and 17 minutes now.
Well, think about the first beer you had.
Yeah. So, I think this beer deserves an A from me. It was easy to drink. It tasted good. Even to, like, you know, beer's sometimes bitter, but this was just the right amount of sweet, and it just went down so easy. It was really, really good. It didn't stay in your mouth for all that long.
Sorry.
But
I'm the youngest one here.
I don't know, it was pleasant. So yeah, I'll give it an A and pass it on.
Okay, I guess I'll go next here. I feel like when I think of IPAs, I think of like super bitter, like I don't know how else to describe it except for hoppiness, but like like on your tongue,
It's
but it kind of like pops,
crispy in the back of your tongue.
Yeah,
like
crispy.
Whoa, aromatic. Whoa,
bitter and crispy.
instantly.
But I feel like I usually didn't drink IPAs, and I think this is the second IPA we've drank on this podcast, and I really didn't get much of that with this one. There wasn't too much to like the flavor, I guess, other than like kind of fruity. I don't know, just kind of fruity. And it was kind of gay. All right. But along with being kind of gay, it was very strong, 7.5% compared to the normal, like 5%. And it went down so quick. Like, that first one I drank, I think I was the first one to finish.
You were? Yeah. I was like, shit, I gotta keep up.
And I surprised myself. And I was like, oh my God. Okay. I guess I'm drinking more.
Fuck yeah.
But I mean, after having 3 of them, I'd buy this again, honestly. I'd buy this just to drink by myself.
Take you back in on Christian. This is the best sipping IPA I've ever had.
Yeah, so I would give it an A. I give it an A. I think this is the second A I've handed out.
Yeah.
We're doing tier-based. So like S, A, B,
C, D,
C, D,
F,
yeah.
A, G, H, element. Okay, yeah, okay.
A again.
Yeah. So yeah,
There's a high A and a low A. The low A is below an F.
Always.
so that's an A for me.
A for Christian. Yeah, I'd say flavor overall, it is very palatable to new IPA drinkers. The slight sweetness of it definitely takes away that bitter, super bitter IPA standard you're used to drinking. But very, very enjoyable to drink, and it gets you fucked up, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know about you boys, but I'm feeling pretty not drivable right now.
I'm feeling pretty buzzed.
Yeah, I feel like I could go on an epic walk and discover some awesome stuff. Totally, I would totally buy a case of this and drink this again. I give it an A.
Nice.
Wonderful. Well, gentlemen, I'm actually gonna stand up for this one here.
Lord!
You first here, if you wouldn't
Okay.
mind. Would you please give me a drum roll? I am gonna give this first ever S rank.
Whoa!
S ranking.
Oh my goodness!
Oh my God!
This beer has been magnificent for me. It tastes amazing. It goes down so smooth. I love the the hoppiness in your mouth and like the aftertaste isn't bad at all. It has been a wonderful experience. So I would like to follow that up briefly, sitting back down here with some slight biases that I'm definitely somewhat intoxicated from this. And this has been probably one of the most fun beer podcasts we've had. But yes, this has been a oh man. If I was going to become an alcoholic, this would be my beer of choice.
Don't do that, man.
I would not, of
Drinking's
course.
for losers.
Yeah. Those designated beer drinker guys.
Bro, I'm
what are
God's
they?
drunkest driver.
Or no. Great.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. The first S.
Yeah.
I'm glad I could be here for the first S of the beer rankings.
That's pretty crazy.
I know, yeah.
It's so easy to drink. Like, I take it, like, how fucked up I am, how easy that was to drink. So good.
Felt like I just drank one, honestly. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't feel like three.
I don't remember those other two, man.
Yeah, so
Officer,
true.
I don't remember those other two, man. I'm fine.
I only had one.
Yeah. Cool. This one, I think, would you say deserves the top ranking out of all the beers you've had?
I think so. in my
I gave an
opinion.
A to one other one.
Yeah, the pre-prohibition lager from Lucky
Yeah,
Bucket.
That one was
I'm
tasty.
sure that one.
That one was delicious. I think we also had two or three of those.
Yeah, we all agreed on an A on that one.
Mhm.
Yeah, so
So all agreed in an A, but we have one S on this one.
that's true.
Yes, an outlier.
So
And
like,
we also have a guest tonight, which we didn't for that one.
That's true. Or was that the one we had Spencer on?
Was that one we had Spencer?
That is.
Okay.
tis.
I don't remember what he ranked it, but he probably also was A then.
Yeah.
If we left it with the feeling that it was all A's. We should put this in an actual document and record our tier listings so we don't have to go back through the recording.
That's right. We should add it to the website.
We're gonna have to go back on the recordings.
I'll make a trophy, not a trophy, like a tier stand. First, second, third.
Okay,
Like
you're
the
on.
cans.
You're on sound. I'm on social media.
I'm on equipment.
You're on-
physical equipment.
you're on-
Nunchucks is my first.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Ethan, yeah.
What am I doing? Maybe website stuff?
Yeah, I was
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
have you guys. I was gonna have you guys kind of team up.
Website stuff. Okay, perfect.
You're the website guy.
I'm the website guy.
Hell yeah.
See?
Fuck yeah. Sick. Well, we don't have any cans or we don't have any bottles to over.
We can
We can try with the cans here.
We can
I think we
try.
did this in
Alright.
one other
Alright.
episode.
Pick up a can.
With the can.
Pick up a can.
Ready? 3,
Sir, yes, sir.
2, 1. That's the
And
sound.
that's the sound of an empty beer.
That's the sound of 3 empty beers.
That's
That's
more. 12 empty beers.
You try to crush one on our heads. No, that's not a good idea.
Okay.
I would make myself.
We'll
bleed.
see you guys next time. Thanks for tuning in. Look out for the next episode.
Tell your friends and family.
Tell your friends and
Subscribe.
family.
Yo,
subscribe,
people that
follow.
drink, you'll love us.
Yeah.
Hit that notification bell.
Do all the things.
Yeah.
And we'll see
Comment.
you guys next time.